Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Deanna's Adventures in Weight Loss. As you know, I started at 266 pounds and last week I weighed in at 252.8. Stick around and see how I did this week. Okay, before we get into how I did this week, let's talk about the episode this week. You know, I'd love to talk about this podcast, Losing 100 Pounds with Phit-n-Phat. This week it was episode 139, the one sentence that's keeping us from weight loss. In that episode, she talked about the one sentence that's keeping us from weight loss. So, do you ever find yourself saying, I can't lose weight, I can't do this, I can't eat healthy, I can't eat more fruits and vegetables, oh, fuck it, I just can't lose weight? That's what this episode was all about, helping you to discover what those sentences are that you're telling yourself, and then helping you get past those sentences. Now, I am totally not in that phase. I'm in the I can do it phase. So there wasn't much takeaway for me from this episode. What I did find, I was hunting around YouTube this week, and I found another video. It was titled December Motivation, Debunking Your Diet Myths and something else. It was this lady, Tracy Hensel or something like that. And I'll try to link it below in the description. In the video, she talked about a few different things. She talked a lot about her weight window. The video really gets on about the 5-minute mark. So if you just want to watch it and then fast forward to the 5-minute mark, this is where she really gets into some good, takeaways. One of those takeaways was, plan ahead to celebrate later. She said it like 5 times, if not 10. But it is so true that we need to plan ahead to celebrate later. So whenever we are making our plans for the week, it's good to take a look at your whole week and say, what do I have going on this week? And then you want to plan ahead for those celebrations that you have earlier, or plan ahead for those celebrations that you have later in the week. Another thing that she said is, saying no to something is saying yes to something else. So this is a great nugget of information as well. When we say no to something, it leads to us saying yes to something else. How this works is, if you say no to, say, a cookie, then maybe later in the week, you're saying yes to having that cookie, but in a more desirable location, or with friends, or whatever it may be. So saying no to something is saying yes to something else. Another thing that she said was, throw motivation out the door. Motivation is non-negotiable. Following my plan, that's pretty non-negotiable. Like, going to work is non-negotiable. I need a paycheck, so I need to go to work. Kind of the same thing. I want to lose weight, so in order to lose weight, I need to write my plans out, and I need to follow my plans. It's not a matter of motivation, it's just something I have to do. It's just non-negotiable. So the podcast, the video, these are great things that help keep me motivated during the week, help me stay focused, keep me on task, get me to get the job done. I love these snippets of information that I find. Do you have a podcast that you listen to in order to lose weight? Is there a YouTuber out there that you're following that is super motivating, gives you great information, keeps you focused? If you do, I'd love for you to comment below so I can, share in that information. That would be super helpful for me. Now it's time to talk about the thing that you've just been dying to know. How did Deanna do this week on her weight loss journey? Well, let me tell you. I weighed in the day after Thanksgiving at 252.8, and I was pretty disappointed. I gained a pound that week. This week, I weighed in at 249.8, so I lost 3 pounds this week. Super exciting. So I am below that 250 mark. That was one of my goals, was to get below that 250. Now I'm focusing on the next goal, which is to get down to under 240 is my next goal. But I want to talk a little bit more about this week. So you know that I'm losing weight using the principles taught in the podcast, Losing 100 Pounds with Phit-n-Phat. So that is, drink your 64 ounces of water a day, get 7+ hours of sleep a night, Every day you write your plan, and then you follow your plan, and then you eat according to the hunger scale, which is eat when you're hungry and you stop when you're satisfied. So on those 5 things, I give myself a point for following each one of those things every day. So there's a total of 35 points. This week I got 28 out of 35. Seems to be a pattern that I'm setting for myself to do 28 out of 35. One day I didn't do anything. I didn't write anything down, nothing. So I just gave myself a fat 0. But the truth of the matter is that I probably did eat 2 to 2 that day. I probably had a plan in mind. I just didn't write it down. But I'm going on the fact that if I don't have any evidence of what I did, then I didn't do anything. So I gave myself a fat 0 for that day. And the other days, most of the time, it's because I didn't follow my plan. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it's because, I say that I might have 2 drinks and then I'll have 3, so I didn't follow my plan. Take a point off for that day. But I got 28 out of 35, which is pretty par for the course for me, so that's good. Talking about a little bit about what I ate. Part of the plan is to start where you're at. You need to look at realistically where are you and what can you do. Right now where I'm at is, I go out to eat a lot. I don't always prepare my meals. I'm not a big meal prepper. I don't like to spend all day Sunday making meals and then divvying them out for the rest of the week. I don't do a lot of that. That's not really where I'm at right now. Talking about where I'm at, and I mentioned I eat out a lot. This week I went to Red Robin. I went to Burger King. I went to Firehouse Subs. I ate out at the local bar that we go to. So I do a lot of eating out. It's not all about having home cooked meals. You can lose weight and not eat everything at home. You don't have to be so restrictive. You just kind of start where you're at. I also did have some really, healthy things. I had a lot of broccoli. I had a lot of salads. I had cottage cheese and berries. Oh my God. So talk about the berries for a second. The store doesn't have great berries right now, so I decided that I was going to get some frozen berries. Those things are disgusting. I did not like them. If you like them, no harm to you. Everybody, each their own. But they've just got this weird taste to them. They just weren't for me. But no more frozen berries for me. Yeah. I eat egg and toast for breakfast. That's a big thing that I eat. And I really focus on my water. I had lots of opportunities this week in order to not follow my hunger scale. I find that if I cook foods at home that I haven't cooked in a long time, they taste really good. And as I'm eating them, I have to stop and really slow down, put my fork down, pause, and ask myself, are you satisfied? Are you still hungry? Because sometimes those meals lead me to overeat. And that's the big thing, is to not overeat. Stop when you're satisfied. I have to put that fork down. I have to ask myself, are you satisfied? That's a huge thing with, especially eating out. Whenever we went to Red Robin, they've got the bottomless French fries, this delicious burger. So I have to sit and ask myself, constantly assess my hunger. Where am I? Am I satisfied? And then the great thing is I get to take the rest home and I get to enjoy that later. So that's a big bonus when going out to eat, is that I can always have it again. And that's the one big thing that I find with the food, is I just tell myself, I can always have this again. There's always another time I get to eat this. So there's no reason to overeat it. Just eat until I'm satisfied. That's all I have to do. With water's pretty easy. I wake up in the morning, I drink a big glass of water as soon as I wake up. And then at work, I'm on a clock. Make sure that I drink my Turvis cup of water before I go to lunch. After lunch, 2 more of those waters. And then at home, if I get any additional water in, that's bonus water. So water is pretty easy for me. Another thing that happened this week at work was vendors are sending holiday gifts, and the holiday gifts are in the form of treats. So we had cookies and chocolate and different things in the office, in the break room, right where I have to walk through 4 or 5 times a day. So there's always these temptations, and I was able to avoid those temptations. And I just stay focused on my goal. I stay focused on my plan. I didn't write that down. Now, if I want a cookie, I can have a cookie. I just need to write it into my plan. Figure out when is a good day to have a cookie. I just need to know what my calorie limitations are and where to do that. Speaking of calories, I don't track calories. I don't have to put calories into an app. I don't have to weigh or measure my food. I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm satisfied, and that's working for me. I really enjoy that about this program, that there's no weighing or measuring. It's just simple. Write your plan out, follow your plan, eat when hungry, stop when satisfied. So what are you doing in order to lose weight? Are you counting your calories, or is there an app that you're using? You want to leave that in the comments below. I just like to know what's working for other people. My goal here is just to support others, have people support me in this wonderful journey of weight loss. It's a lot of fun learning about ourselves and learning about the different methods and tricks that we're using in order to lose weight. Well, I'm just so happy that you tuned in today and that you watched this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button. Also subscribe so whenever I upload a new video. I try to upload at least every Monday with my weekly weight loss report. I'll see you next week. Thanks. Hey, good morning. So I'm out taking a walk with the dog this morning. Just thought I would chat with you real fast. Sorry if this is bumpy. I don't have a stabilizer, you know. Gotta get me one of those so I can chat with you more often. Really proud of myself this morning. I weighed in at 250, so that is pretty cool. Yeah. I was really bummed out about my weigh-in after Thanksgiving. I was up and now I am down. So cool. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye. Still walking the dog. What's really rewarding is a nice sunrise. It just lifts the spirits. It's just so beautiful. Today's a nice morning. It's about 40 degrees outside, so it's a good day for a walk. That's all I got for now. Bye.